And then when Oprah said that if Trump wins, you may never be able to vote again.
If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
That is
it's just so ridiculous.
the craziest thing when you go back and watch him on her show, where she was encouraging him to be president.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not. I do get tired of seeing the country ripped
Why
off.
would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, Oprah,
yeah.
what changed?
Yeah, well, he became the guy who wasn't just funding a lot of politicians and being like a famous guy, and he became the guy who was calling all of them out and threatening to drain the swamp. And that's real.
Going all out like a lion chasing down a slow-moving zebra in a safari made of gold. What started off as a light conversation quickly turned into a no-holds-barred roast. He tore apart her image as America's favorite neighbor, dropping billionaire-level truth bombs like confetti. Online audiences were split, some in shock, others clapping, but one thing was obvious. This wasn't just a soft jab. This was Rogan ditching the gloves, and Oprah's media empire definitely felt the aftershocks. Bro, remember that time Oprah brought that woman on? She was attacked by a chimp, and then had her reveal her face on national TV? Rogan recalled. Her name was Charla Nash. The woman miraculously survived something unimaginable. Charla usually covers her face with a hat and scarf, not to scare others. But Oprah asked her to take it off on live television. Like, let's see your face, come on. Then she pulls the veil away. What are you doing? Would you mind lifting the veil? And then, oh no, so we can see. You could take the hat off. Oh, the hat comes off. Okay. And this is Oprah Winfrey, the same woman who could enter a room full of billionaires and still somehow be the most commanding presence there. The queen of daytime television. The high priestess of live your best life vibes. She's the only person who could sell you a book, a blender, and a spiritual awakening, all in the same sentence. But then came the moment Joe Rogan verbally flipped her entire brand upside down. Like a garage sale no one asked for. You know it's serious when you hear that collective gasp from her fanbase. A fanbase so devoted, they'd probably drink her bathwater if she told them it would cleanse their aura. Sure, Oprah gave us Dr. Oz and The Secret, and we do need to acknowledge what she's contributed. But that also means holding her accountable. I forgive her, Rogan says. But seriously, The Secret? That one's hard to overlook. What, you don't believe? You don't believe? And if you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Just picture it. Joe Rogan sitting in his podcast chair, looking like he's either about to drop a mind-bending truth bomb, or challenge you to eat elk jerky dipped in ayahuasca. Across the vast digital universe, Oprah, once the untouchable queen of daytime television, is just out here living her life, completely unaware that her public image is about to get folded like a lawn chair in a hurricane. And Joe Rogan? He doesn't ease into it. He doesn't tiptoe. He shows up with a verbal chainsaw. What's even wilder is that Oprah doesn't say a single word in response. Not one. In roast terms, that's like standing frozen while someone juggles flaming insults inches from your face. It's silent. It's awkward. And honestly, it's kind of glorious. Did you see Oprah fall down? Yes, and let's be real, she's a little old to be falling like that. You loved it. I loved it. Wow. People get hurt. She's fine. She died. Yes. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Wait, she died. Yeah, we're __. No, she didn't die. She's fine. I just think she looked like she got hurt. It's just nice to see billionaires fall. Let's be clear. Oprah is a billionaire media powerhouse. She's as untouchable as a lion is to a house cat. But Rogan? He's the kind of house cat that's lived outside for 10 years, scarred, street smart, and willing to sweat at a lion just to see what happens. And yeah, it happened. This wasn't just a hot take. This was a full-blown demolition job. Rogan dismantled the Oprah myth piece by piece. The whole relatable billionaire act? Torched like a stack of forgotten 90s infomercial DVDs. Her carefully polished spiritual guru image? Gone. Rogan made it sound like Oprah wakes up every morning, sips on an artisanal unicorn milk latte, and decides which planet she wants to buy before lunchtime. Then he took it even further, Callie. Part of the reason Rogan's takedown hits so hard is because, deep down, most people know there's something a little too perfect about Oprah. Her image is overly polished, like she's been airbrushed in real life. And Rogan? He doesn't just peek behind the curtain. He yanks it wide open with the grace of a monster truck doing yoga. And the best part? This isn't the first time someone's taken a shot at Oprah. But usually people pull their punches. They toss out a couple of soft jabs, maybe tease the book club, and then quickly retreat before the Oprah army shows up at their doorstep with warm cookies and restraining orders. But not Rogan. He's out here like, what's she gonna do? Ban me from reading. I used to love Oprah. Like most of us who grew up in her era, I bought into the brand. But only now am I realizing, I've been spoon-fed a carefully curated narrative for years. I used to take those perfectly packaged emotional segments as pure truth. Before I became a reporter, I never once questioned whether Oprah might be intentionally leading me in a certain direction. But then last night it hit me like a brick to the brain. Oh my God, she's not a journalist. She's not reporting. She's a propagandist, pushing whatever message she believes, not necessarily what's real. Starts with the Oprah as your best friend illusion. You know the vibe where she convinces millions of viewers that she's basically their neighbor. If their neighbor happened to live in a mansion so big it needs its own zip code. Rogan painted a picture so vivid you could see it. Oprah in a silk robe sipping on a smoothie that costs more than your monthly rent. Nodding along like she totally understands the struggle of losing your keys. Then he went for the giveaways. The crown jewel of Oprah's public image. Remember the cars? You get a car. You get a car. Legendary. Except Rogan reminded everyone that it was basically Oprah handing out golden tickets to the IRS. The way Oprah could make or break a product. There were a couple of people I knew who were all in on the secret. They swore by it, vision boards, affirmations, photographs. They'd pin up pictures of themselves standing in front of huge crowds and say things like, "This is going to be me." And I just sat there thinking, oh boy, them in front of large crowds. That is so not how this works. Now, if Rogan had been going after anyone else, maybe they would have clapped back. Issued a statement, done an interview, something. But Oprah? Nothing. Total silence. And that silence only made Rogan's words echo louder. It was like watching a boxing match where one fighter just stands there smiling, while the other one throws haymakers. First you think, oh, she's unbothered. But the longer it goes on, the more you start to wonder, wait, is she actually losing? Rogan wasn't just commenting, he was connecting dots, poking holes in a persona so many had taken as gospel for decades. Rogan didn't just stop at Oprah's carefully crafted image. He dug deeper into the OWN network era. Remember when that was supposed to be the next big revolution in television? Oprah stepped away from her daytime throne to build her own kingdom. But as Rogan gleefully reminded everyone, the early days of OWN were a mess. Ratings were low, shows struggled, and the whole empire looked shaky. According to Rogan, many of those interviews on OWN weren't just feel-good conversations, they were carefully disguised interrogations. Oprah would ease her guests into a false sense of comfort, then casually drop a question so sharp it could slice through tuna. The kind of question that stuns you into silence, maybe even makes you forget your own name for a second. And the big pitch behind all of it? Dreaming. Dream big. Visualize. Manifest. Right. That's the entry point. That's the gateway message that made it all palatable. And it sold. Because Oprah sold it. And she sold it well. She was one of the big ones, man, Rogan said. She was like, what, 50 years old at the time? This wasn't some young influencer. This was an established woman selling this vision. How old is Oprah now? 75? 89? Jokes aside, the point was clear. Here's where Rogan's takedown becomes more than just a roast. It becomes surgical. He doesn't just list Oprah's actions. He goes after the contradictions in the narrative. The places where the messaging didn't line up with the reality. Where the empowerment talk felt more like marketing than truth. Way she preaches self-love while selling you 17 different things you need to buy to achieve it. The way she talks about living simply from a house so big you could host the Olympics in the backyard. He painted Oprah as the final boss of capitalism, smiling, benevolent, and somehow making you feel like it's your fault you're not also a billionaire. The internet didn't just react, it reenacted. Suddenly, you had TikTokers doing dramatic readings of Rogan's rant. You had YouTube animators turning it into a cartoon battle scene where Oprah's on a golden throne and Rogan's riding into frame on a moose, wielding a microphone like a medieval mace. And through it all, Oprah's still silent. No tweets, no interviews, just that quiet, serene Oprah energy. A jab about billionaire relatability here. A shot at sponsor spirituality there. Every time he mentioned her name, you could practically hear the internet refresh. Andy, guess Oprah's still going to tell us that the real secret behind weight loss is just following the point system. But here's the thing, her image has survived worse. She's been in the public eye for decades, weathering scandals, controversies, and even the occasional Dr. Phil moment. But this felt different. This wasn't just a tabloid headline or some celebrity gossip. This was a long-form public roast by someone with a massive audience, unafraid to poke holes in the Oprah mythology. And the fact that she didn't rest, it left people wondering, was Oprah ignoring him because she didn't care? Or because she knew that responding would only give Rogan more ammo? Was this silence a carefully calculated strategy? Or just classic Oprah, floating above the chaos on a cloud of lavender-scented wealth? And that's where it gets really interesting. The roast didn't just dent Oprah's image among Joe Rogan's audience. It actually got some of Oprah's own casual fans thinking, wait a second, maybe she is kind of over the top. It became this strange cultural moment where two completely different fan bases, meat-loving MMA bros and skeptical middle-aged daytime viewers, briefly met in the middle and collectively said, huh, that's a good point. Now let's talk about a word that gets thrown around a lot, gratitude. It's one of those buzzwords, sure, but when you truly practice it, it can change everything about how you move through the world. It's my own spiritual practice. I know gratitude works best in those moments when everything feels like it might be falling apart. It's easy to journal when life is smooth sailing, but the real power is sitting down, feeling grateful in the chaos. And have you ever noticed how every single Oprah interview is shot like she's personally unlocking the secrets of the universe? Soft lighting, slow zoom, dramatic pauses, all designed so she can lean forward and ask that signature question. But how did that make you feel? And people cry every single time. Oprah could interview a guy who just won a Life paperclips, and 3 minutes in, he's sobbing about his childhood trauma. Rogan tore that apart, saying, it's not an interview style. It's an emotional ambush. You're halfway through explaining something harmless, and suddenly you're confessing your deepest regrets to a billionaire with perfect hair. And he's not wrong. Oprah has this uncanny way of making people spill their souls like she's running a spiritual pawn shop. Then came the roast of the Oprah Book Club. Rogan compared it to Oprah wielding the Infinity Gauntlet, snapping her fingers and turning every Barnes & Noble into her personal marketing department. Somewhere, 1,000 English teachers just nodded in painful agreement. And let's be real, Oprah's no longer in the business of breaking news. She's reading from blue cards her staff hands her. That's how the Oprah Winfrey Show was shot. She didn't have to come up with her own questions. It was all teleprompted or read from cue cards. She probably doesn't even realize she's not breaking big news with these revelations. And yet, she says she'll sign the same so-called border bill, the same tired political script handed to her. They rejected that bill last time because it would have led to 5,000 illegals crossing the border every day. Yeah, and then there are the products. Oh, the products. Rogan went off on how Oprah could sell anything. Doesn't matter if it's a blender, skin cream, or a $500 artisan meditation pillow that suspiciously looks like a beanbag chair. She slaps her name on it, and it's in every suburban kitchen by next Tuesday. Rogan painted a hilarious alternate universe where Oprah could sell bottled tap water for $80 a case, call it empowerment water, and people would buy it by the truckload. But he didn't stop at the consumer side. Rogan reminded everyone of the times Oprah jumped into politics and actually swayed elections. It wasn't just endorsements. She was personally sorting the presidential deck. You get a senator, you get a governor, he joked. And yeah, it's funny, but it's also true. That's power most politicians would sell their souls for. If Oprah hadn't already trademarked it. Then there's Oprah walking and talking about balance, which is hilarious because flat ground doesn't mean all is equal or peaceful all the time. She takes a tumble and the internet lives for it.